Welcome to Biology World. My name is Praful Kumar Tandon and I am NET GATE qualified. I have done my postgraduate from Tilkamanji Bhagalpur University and now I am going to teach biology for class 11th and 12th only on the request of the student. All the students were telling that please start your live class. So from now I am going to take biology classes for class 11. On YouTube you can see all my chapters in the playlist, but if you want to take a tuition from me, coaching from me, then you have to pay just 3,000 rupees for class 11 and 3,000 rupees for class 12. And here we start the biology. Biology is a subject. Biology. Biology. Bio, it consists of two words, bio and logy. The bio means life and logy means study. So the definition of biology is the study of all the living organisms on this earth, on this planet, is known as biology. But we will directly move to our chapter 1 of NCERT, and through that we are going to study one branch of biology. That branch of biology is botany. Botany, we are going to study our plant kingdom. But any of the living organisms in this universe are made up of the smallest unit of smallest unit is the cell. Smallest unit of any living organism is cell. मेरे प्रिय भाइयों बहनों, smallest unit of any living organism in this world is a cell. So study of cell is known as cytology. Study of cell is known as cytology. आपने सही सुना दोस्तों. Study of cell is known as cytology. Cytology. Cyto means cell, logy means study. So study of structure and function of cell, study of structure and function of cell, study of structure and function of cell. हाँ दोस्तों आपने सही सुना. Study of structure and function of cell is known as cytology. Study of structure and function of cell is known as cytology. दोस्तों मैं समझ सकता हूँ कि आपको ये आज पहला क्लास आपको ये कठिन लगेगा, लेकिन मैं इसको आसान बना दूंगा आपके लिए. साइकोलॉजी कोई भारी सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. इट इज नॉट अ हैवी टॉपिक. इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू इफ यू स्टडी फ्रॉम ओनली फ्रॉम प्रफुल्ल कुमार टंडन सर. सो द नेक्स्ट इंट्रोडक्शन वी आर गोइंग टू गिव हु इज नोन एज द फादर ऑफ साइकोलॉजी. यस स्टूडेंट, कैन यू टेल मी प्लीज हु इज द फादर ऑफ साइकोलॉजी? हु इज द फादर ऑफ साइकोलॉजी? Father of cytology. Father of cytology. Yes friends, can you tell me please who is the father of cytology? Answer is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke. Who is the father of psychology? Robert Hooke. And who is the father of modern psychology? Who is the father of modern psychology? Who is the father of modern psychology? Answer is Swanson. Answer is Swanson. Who is the father of modern psychology? Answer is Swanson. तो दोस्तों हमने सीखा अभी what is psychology and who is the father of psychology, both ancient and the modern. And the next topic goes to the discovery of cell. The next topic is discovery of cell. Yes friends, who discovered cell? Who discovered for the first time the cell? The first time Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke. Hook in Hindi we call it hook. जहाँ पे हमने कपड़े लटकाए होते हैं, hook. And hook is a non-living thing. So for remembering, we can remember that Hooke, Robert Hooke discovered dead cell. Once more student, who discovered dead cell? Robert Robert Hooke discovered the dead cell. Robert Hooke discovered the dead cell. Dead cell do not contain any cytoplasm. Dead cell do not contain any protoplasm. But the Robert Hooke only saw the cell wall of cork. Cell wall of cork. Yes friend, आप सही सुन रहे हैं. रॉबर्ट हुक ने क्या खोजा? डेड सेल को खोजा. क्या खोजा? डेड सेल. डेड सेल मतलब उसमें साइटोप्लाज्म नहीं था, उसमें लाइफ नहीं था, उसमें प्रोटोप्लाज्म नहीं था. So we can say that he saw only the cell wall of cork, and cork is a part of a plant. Bark, you can say bark of a plant. So that was a dead cell. Now the question arises, then who discovered the living cell? Yes friend, you can say, who discovered the living cell? Who discovered living cell? Who discovered living cell? Can you tell that the scientist name? Yes friend, you are very much correct. Anton. Yes friends, Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Who discovered living cell? Yes friend, you are correct. It is Anton von Leeuwenhoek, who was working on bacteria and some protozoans and accidentally discovered the living cell. So the question will ask in the NEET exam, in the medical exam, in the AIMS exam, that who discovered dead cell. So you have to remember Robert Hooke, and who discovered living cell, and the scientist was Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Okay friends, the next theory goes to the next topic is, yes friend, what can be the next topic? Cell theory. All the living organisms are composed of, all the living organisms are composed of cell and its product. All living organisms are composed of cell and its product. Living some exception friends, yes. अगर मैं exception को छोड़ दूं तो लगभग सारे के सारे living organism के पास is composed of the unit basic structure is cell and its product. What can be its product of the cell? Tissue, organ system, organism. These are the product of cell. The first cell theory, all the organisms are composed of cell and its product. Next is, cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Yes student, the two major terms is structural and functional. What can be the structural role of the cell, can you tell? And what can be the functional role of the cell? Anyone? Yes student, you are very much correct. Structural, it gives structure. It gives structure to the body. And functional role, it gives function to the body. Organism, like if I give you example is of wall. अब दीवार आपने देखा होगा. This is a brick. So student, what is the structural and functional role of the cell? How can we explain this, and how can I understand this, that cell is the structural and functional unit of life? Life means full organism. हमारे शरीर का स्ट्रक्चर, हमारे शरीर को स्ट्रक्चर कौन प्रदान करता है? सेल. हमारे शरीर को फंक्शन कौन प्रदान करता है? सेल. Now structure, the body, the ear, the nose, the hand, the legs, stomach, everything is basically given by a unit known as a cell. And further, each and every cell has cell when become a tissue, and when tissue becomes organ, then becomes organ system, and all the series have different So we can say that cell is a structural and functional unit of life. Cell. Cell is nucleus containing. Cell क्या है? Nucleus containing. Always you should remember that cell is a nucleus containing. Without a nucleus, cell cannot survive. न्यूक्लियस के बिना सेल सरवाइव नहीं कर सकता है. सो हम आज ये जानेंगे सेल इज अ न्यूक्लियस कंटेनिंग एंड व्हाट, और इसमें क्या प्रेजेंट रहता है? सराउंडेड बाय ए मेम्ब्रेन. सेल इज अ न्यूक्लियस containing cytoplasm surrounded by membrane with or without cell wall. सेल वॉल हो भी सकता है, सेल वॉल नहीं भी हो सकता है. सेल वॉल इज फॉर एक्स्ट्रा प्रोटेक्शन. Okay, and cell wall is generally found in plant cell. Yes student, you are very correct. Cell wall is found in plant cell. Extra layer over the membrane is known as cell wall. Now what are the exception to the cell theory? Exception मतलब ये तीनों रूल को फॉलो नहीं करता हो. ऐसा कौन सा ऑर्गेनिज्म है जो ये तीनों रूल को फॉलो नहीं करता हो? And the examples and the exceptions for the cell theory are. Exceptions for the cell theory are, exceptions means these 3 points should not be followed by such organism. They are included in the exceptions of the cell theory, and the exceptions are virus, viroids, prions, BGA, blue-green algae. Now the fourth is seed tube of phloem. Seed tube of phloem, RBC, red blood cell, do not contain the nucleus. Seed tube depends on the nucleus of companion cells. Yes student, if you have studied in previous classes that seed tube does not contain any nucleus, RBC also do not contain any nucleus. Virus is not a complete cell, it depends upon the host cell. Yes, and the same thing for viroids and viroids, prions. Now student, this is old cell theory which was given by student. Can you name the scientist? Yes student, anyone who can name the scientist who gives the cell theory? Cell theory was given by Xl. Don't call spelling students. Xl and Swan. Xl and Swan. Xl was a German scientist. Xl was a German scientist, and Swan was American, or we can say British scientist. Okay student, and the cell theory was given by Xl and Swan, but in the cell theory kahin par bhi nowhere in the theory it was given that how the cell originated from pre-existing, how the cell originated, what was the origin of the cell. None of the scientists, both Xl and Swan, there was no any point in this theory that how the cell originated. So for explanation of the origin of new cell, a modern cell theory was given. Yes student, it is, you are hearing correct. A modern cell theory was given by Rudolf Virchow. Modern cell theory was given by Rudolf Virchow, and the theory is known as the law of lineage. The law of cell lineage. And what does this law say? Student, can you tell me please? What does this law says? The law of cell lineage. Anyone? Anyone? Yes, student, you are very much correct. The new cell originates from pre-existing cell. The new cell originates from the new cell. Yes, student, follow me. New cell originates from pre-existing cell. New cell originates from pre-existing cell. And for this, a statement was given: omnis cellula e cellula. Omnicellula, e-cellula, the pre-existing cell originates from cells. This means that omnicellula, e-cellula means that cell originates from pre-existing cell. Cell originates from pre-existing cell. Alright students, is it clear from till here? Cell theory is complete. The old theory was given by Xl and XI, and the new theory was given by Rudolf Virchow. Yes students, now the next topic. Next topic is totipotency. Now I am going to explain totipotency. So student, this is a new topic for the class 11th student. For the first time you have been hearing this word totipotency, and this means that the ability of cell to grow up into a new organism, a full-fledged organism, is known as totipotency. आपको पता है, आप समझे नहीं होंगे, but now I am going to clear it. Let this be a cell. ये एक cell है. If this cell is given an appropriate condition, appropriate medium, appropriate nutrition, then if this cell grow up into a full organism, it may be plant, it may be animal, then such cell is known as totipotency. But every cell do not have such power to develop into a new organism. हमारे शरीर का कोई भी सेल के पास वो पावर नहीं है. Only a specific cell in our body has such power to grow up into a new full-fledged organism. So totipotency is the ability of cell. Totipotency is the ability of cell to grow, to develop into a complete organism. Ability of cell to develop into a complete organism. Totipotency, ability of cell to develop into complete organism. All right. Pluripotency. Pluripotency, friends, ability of cell to develop into tissue, organ system, but not into organism. Pluripotency, ability to develop into tissue, organ system, but not into complete organism, is known as pluripotency. Are you enjoying my class, students? No student, this is very much interactive class and I am interacting with you. The pluripotency is the ability to develop into tissue, organ system, but not into complete organism. Such power of the cell is known as pluripotency. So student, pluripotency is present in the stem cells of animal, stem cells of animal, whereas totipotency to give rise to complete organism, such capacity is present in the fused egg. When egg is fertilized with sperm, it gives into formation of complete organism. This you know, I think. This is very easy. Totipotency. Pluripotency, the fused egg will give rise to the complete organism, whereas the stem cell of the animal give rise to the only few cells or tissue or organ, but cannot give rise to the formation of complete organism. Are you understanding, student? This is very simple, and I am teaching you in a very simple way. Now I am going to give you one experiment. In simple word, in Hindi I am telling you, क्या हमारे स्किन सेल से एक नया ऑर्गेनिज्म तैयार हो सकता है? Does this skin cell will form a new complete organism just looking like me? Then you can say yes. Our cell every cell of the body has that ability to give rise to the complete organism. But there is one objection, that the cytoplasm of the cell should have the cytoplasm from the egg cell. If we take the cytoplasm of the egg cell and nucleus of somatic cell, then it will give rise to a complete organism. So student, I am giving you a simple experiment that scientist Wilmot Campbell development of Dolly Sick. And this experiment was given by Wilmot Campbell was, and this experiment, what did he do? He took a somatic cell from CypA udder cell, from where the milk comes out, that is known as udder, and from that part cells are taken. This is known as somatic cell or the body cell. They only help in the body development. Okay, this is the udder cell, and we take some cells from udder, from CypA, and it consists of both nucleus and cytoplasm. Is it clear? CypA. Now from CypB, what we will take from CypB? The egg, but the egg should be enucleated egg. What we are taking? Enucleated egg. Yes, student, you are very much correct. This is 2M. This is no. There is no nucleus. Nucleus is removed. So we will get only the cytoplasm of eggs, but nucleus from the somatic cell. Okay. Now when we will fuse this both the cell, it will give rise to the formation of, after fusion, it will give rise to totipotent cell. Means embryo. And this embryo is further implanted in the CypC. This embryo is further implanted in CypC. In the third cell, neither in A neither in B, we implant that embryo into the CypC, and it will give rise to the complete Cyp. And scientist Wilmot Campbell named this Cyp as Dolly Cyp. Dolly. Is it correct, student? Can we make a complete organism from any somatic cell? Can we make that? Yes, is it possible? But we have to take one enucleated egg of the female. Enucleated egg of the female. Enucleated means from the egg we remove the nucleus from the. So lifespan of RBC, once again I am repeating, students, lifespan of RBC is 120 days. Lifespan of human cells Human cells, the cells of leg, the cells of head, the cells of skin, these all consist of human cells. Their lifespan is only 24 hours. The lifespan of bacterial cell is just 20 minutes. Yeast cell is 90 minutes, and muscle and nerve cell do not die till the organism die completely. So the next topic comes is apoptosis. Apoptosis, how the cell die. We have to know that how the cell dies automatically just after 20 minutes, just after 90 minutes, just after 24 hours. So the process involved in our body is apoptosis. So what is apoptosis? It is genetically programmed in our body. Genetically programmed in our cell. Genetically programmed in our cell, that means our cell has nucleus and nucleus has DNA, and the DNA consists of certain information. The DNA consists of certain information which give rise to the formation of certain chemicals, or we can say phospholipids. That chemical is phospholipids, which get attached on the cytoplasm, on the plasma membrane, and the complete cell destroy automatically. The complete cell destroy automatically in given time, which we studied right now in RBC. It is just 120 days. After 120 days, certain information, certain phospholipid will attach to the how the cell automatically get destroyed in a given period of time. Like we studied, RBC is destroyed in just 120 days. Like we studied, human cells destroyed in 24 hours, bacterial cell get destroyed in 20 minutes, and yeast cell get destroyed in 90 minutes, whereas the muscle and the nerve cell do not get destroyed. So how these cells get destroyed? Just after a fixed period of time. The process is inherited in our cell itself. Our cell has some genetically programmed system in DNA, and DNA has some certain information. After a certain period of time, this information in the form of certain chemicals is released, is formed in the cell itself, and get attached on the plasma membrane. And when this happens, the cell dies automatically. Cell gets destroyed. So this process is known as apoptosis. It is genetically programmed in our cell. Genetically programmed in our cell. Now the next topic is cell shape. What are the different cell shape? Cell shape, so there are round shape, round or oval shape. This is found in human cells. The round or oval cell shape is found in human cells, human, or we can say animal cell. Whereas rectangular shape of the cell, rectangular shape is seen in, where we can say rectangular shape, we can see this in plant cell. Okay, now next is elongated shape. Elongated shape is found in our neurons. Elongated shape is found in neurons, whereas irregular shape of the cell, irregular shape of the cell is found in amoeba. So if you draw a diagram to identify any type of cell, if we draw a round cell, then such cell shape is found in animal cell. In any animal we can see the shape of our cell is round in structure, whereas in plant we can see the structure of cell is rectangular. Structure of plant cell is rectangular. In neurons we can say it is elongated. Neuron cells are elongated. And amoeba cell are irregular. You can see we can draw any type of shape for amoeba and it will form a shape of amoeba which is irregular. You can see the diagram. So is it clear, student? The shape of cell. The next topic is size of the cell. What can be the size of the cell? Size of the different cells are, some of the examples of cell size are PPLO, pleuropneumonia like organism. It is just 0.1 micrometer small. Next is mycoplasma. It is 0.3 micrometer. Bacterial cell. It is 3.5 micrometer. RBC. It is 7 micrometer. Eukaryotic cell. It is 10 to 20 micrometer. Virus. It is 0.02 to 0.2 micrometer. So these are some cell size. Pleuropneumonia like organism 0.1 micrometer. Mycoplasma 0.3 micrometer. Bacterial cell 3.5 micrometer. RBC 7 micrometer. Eukaryotic cell 10 to 20 micrometer, and virus is very small 0.02 to 0.2 micrometer. But in exam we can see according to NCERT, if the question comes which is the smallest cell, so for the option we have to put a tick mark on mycoplasma because it is given in NCERT. So we have to go strictly according to NCERT if this question comes in the exam of any NEET or medical exam. So next is the certain examples of smallest and the largest cell. Largest cell in the world is egg of ostrich. Largest cell is the egg of ostrich. Smallest cell is mycoplasma. Animal body में, in animal body which is the largest cell in animal body, the largest cell is neuron and smallest cell is RBC. Whereas in plant body, in plant kingdom, we can say that the smallest plant cell is chlamydomonas. Smallest plant cell is chlamydomonas, and the largest plant cell is phloem fiber. The phloem fiber is the largest cell in the plant. Now there are certain factors on which the cell size depend. कौन सा सेल बड़ा होगा, which will be larger in the size, and which cell will be smaller in the size, that depend upon certain factors. The cell size depend upon certain factors. What are those factors? cell size is directly proportional to ploidy. The next factor are the cell size is directly proportional to chromosome number. Third is it is directly proportional to 1 bar nucleocytoplasmic ratio. The fourth point is it is directly proportional to surface area to volume. Surface area to the volume. For the small cell, अगर सेल साइज स्मॉल होगा तो we can say that nucleocytoplasmic ratio will be high. If the size of a cell is small, then we can say nucleocytoplasmic ratio will be high, which result in high metabolism. Which result in high metabolism. Now the one and the last topic is cell type. The last topic is cell type, which is very easy. Cell type, and it is actually based on plant cell type. Okay, the first cell type is undifferentiated cell. Undifferentiated cell. Such cell only give rise to new cell. It divide and give rise to new cell. Such cells do not help in any type of support and function. Such cell, the only function of undifferentiated cell is to divide and give rise to new cell. The next is differentiated cell. This cell originated from undifferentiated cell, and now such cell is mature enough and help the plant to give strength and function to the cell. Such cell is known as differentiated cell. Differentiated cell will never further divide to give rise to, never divide to give rise to new cell. Now the third is dedifferentiated cell. Now in this cell, what happens is that sometimes plant requires certain mode cell which can be derived from differentiated cell. Likewise, we can see here differentiated cell cannot give rise to any new cell. This we know already. Differentiated cell will never divide to give rise to new cell. But right now, plant requires some cells to form new cells for further functions. So this differentiated cell will give rise to undifferentiated cell. Means this differentiated cell will convert into differentiated cell, and now this cell will form a new cell. It will divide and give rise to many new cells, and now plant can do their own function with this cell, and again this cell will form differentiated cell. Okay, the complete process form a dedifferentiated cell. Dedifferentiated cell comes from differentiated cell and again from undifferentiated cell to give rise to many new cells which will support the plant in further any other activities. Now the fourth type of cell is somatic cell. Fourth type of cell is somatic cell. Fourth type is somatic cell. Somatic, it is a body cell. बॉडी में हमारे जितने सेल हैं इसको हम लोग सोमैटिक सेल कहते हैं एंड सेल पार्टिसिपेटिंग such cell only participate in body development. Such cell participate in body development. The next type of cell is germinal cell. Such cell helps in reproduction. Such cell help in reproduction. Such cell has do not any role in the body development. Germinal cell will never give rise to any body development. Its role is only in reproduction. The last type is prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell means the cell having nucleus but no nuclear membrane. Such cell will never have any nuclear membrane. It will have only the nucleus. Seventh type we can say eukaryotic. In this cell the nucleus is surrounded by nuclear membrane. In this cell the cell is surrounded by nuclear membrane. So there are how many types? 7 types of cell: undifferentiated, differentiated cell, dedifferentiated cell, somatic cell, germinal cell, prokaryotic cell, and eukaryotic cell. So student, this was the last topic of unit 1. Not in tomorrow's class we will discuss about Monera kingdom.